All right. Thanks for trying out this prologue. Oh, see, this said 10 to 15. Oh, but with the replay, which takes it to the 30. I see what they're saying. Was you can finish it once in 10 minutes, but if you play it multiple times to try different options, it'll go up to 30. I understand what an email meant now. All right, well, continue. So they have hand painted these. Not gonna update, are you? Wait, come on. What if I hit? Oh, now the game's capturing. Okay. The window capture had to capture that first one, but game capture is capturing the rest. I don't question OBS. It does what it wants, and you just get on for the ride. Alright, we got off-screen death, mentioned self-neglect, and using distraction to run from issues. Not the most severe of the content warnings, but certainly enough to get some people going, maybe not today. So we'll cover them. We got volume or full screen. Turn up. Get turned up. Okay, Ophir Sonnet is a great name. We'll stick with it. Ooh, I like change pronoun every time. I like the fuck it. And with the preview. That's nice. That's good. Well, they thems it. The year leading up to it was much like any other. The moments loop in Ophir's mind, ceaseless and rough as river rapids. If they had known. Ophir's at the beach. They're guarding the spot Delaney claimed while she grabbed snacks. Don't move an inch, she'd said. Ophir considers the blowing sands lifted by the chilly breeze coming off the water, then looks up to the clear sky. They wish they'd brought a book. They shiver slightly. Summer wasn't supposed to be so cold. We were told to wait. Ophir lies back and closes their eyes. Why not let themselves be pampered for once? Could they have shared more time together? Ophir reclines against the park bench. Delaney left to use the bathroom, and Ophir's been conjuring small flames above their fingers to pass the time and keep the autumn chill at bay. The bench is hard and its seat awkwardly angled. Ophir shifts uncomfortably. They notice some movement in the corner of their eye and turn to see a sausage vendor. A sign proclaims the sale of homemade apple cider. I, for one, have never turned down an apple cider. We're going to get the apple cider. Ophir gets up and stretches their arms up, loosening the stiffness inflicted by the bench. Delaney probably likes apple cider, but really, any excuse to leave the bench is a good one. The line at the cart is short. After a few minutes, Ophir returns to the bench holding 2 paper cups. Delaney is back and is standing rather than confronting the bench. Ophir smiles and hurries over. Could they have stopped it? It's New Year's Eve and Ophir is at Abella's. They're chatting with Max about their new job. Corey comes by with champagne flutes. I don't know what Delaney's doing in the kitchen, but she said to disturb her at your peril. Max laughs and takes the proffered glass. We'll need to take a look then. You know what? As team, stay out of my kitchen. Stay out of Delaney's kitchen. I don't know. Last time I pushed her, she made good on the threat. What happened, Max asks? Max asks, wide-eyed. Ophir looks away sheepishly. I don't want to talk about it. Max turns to face the others. Bella? If Ophir doesn't want to talk about it, then you won't hear it from me. Corey? I am so glad you asked. You see, Corey, Bella groans. Come on, it wasn't that bad. You don't really mind, do you, Ophir? You know, everybody seems pretty like, I mind, but you know what? Corey's launched in, so Corey can tell the story. Ophir sighs dramatically. I suppose you can tell it. Excellent, Max exclaims. Corey clears his throat, waves his hands dramatically. It all started one cold winter night. The sun was gone, but the sky shone from the streetlights, reflecting off the snow. Ophir, Delaney, and I were on our way to. Maybe we could get the short version, Abella asks. Corey shoots her a glare. You're no fun. But I suppose a bard must abide by their audience's desires. This happened the year you were abroad, Max. It was Abella's birthday, so we took her out to this nice restaurant. Delaney went off to craft a surprise gift and asked not to be disturbed. Ophir went to check on her, blundered in, and tipped over Delaney's potion. They had not blundered in. Oh, come on, I didn't blunder in. She set up right next to the door, Ophir protests. Regardless, the cauldron was tipped, continues Corey. The whole of the employee bathroom, where Delaney'd been working, stained chartreuse. Restaurant was not pleased. Never mind Delaney. In the end, Abella got her gift a week late, and Ophir was stuck destaining that bathroom for almost a month. A grin breaks over Max's face. That's great. I can't believe you never told me about this. Well, now you know. You're an embarrassing story. Ophir sighs good-naturedly. A thoughtful look passes across Max's face. So what you're saying is that Delaney is probably working on a potion now? Corey laughs. She often is. But this time, we won't be bothering her. Abella meets each of her guest's eyes one by one. Because if my kitchen is stained chartreuse, you're gonna have to worry about more than Delaney. Max puts a hand on their chest. You have my word. And mine too, Ophir offers a smile. Is everything inevitable? There are fresh tulips on the windowsill. Delaney brought them over. She'd said they were the first blooms of the year. She left a few minutes ago, and Ophir is cleaning up the dishes from their shared lunch. Ooh, did we argue? Or did we bicker? Let's go with bicker. They sound like the kind of couple that's always bickering. They'd bickered amicably over lunch, Delaney pestering Ophir about their love of bad movies, Ophir calling out her love of other, equally bad movies. The room feels emptier now that she's gone. We're calling. Ophir picks up the phone and rings Delaney. She picks up after a few seconds longer than usual. Sorry, couldn't find my headphones. What's up? I was just thinking of you and wanted to chat a bit longer. She laughs. You're seeing me on Thursday. The two chat for the rest of her trip home. They discuss an album release, a controversial new toy line, and the merits of different flowers and strength-increasing potions. But Thursday never comes. Ophir won't see Delaney again. A month passes. There are many monsters in our stories. Some come from folklore and seek to tempt, harm, or devour. Others come from history. They have already tempted, harmed, and devoured. Sure, hit us up stories. All stories are true, but to a degree which may vary. And like all stories, this one is true in all the ways that matter. It's a story with a villain who tempts and harms and devours. All monsters leave scars upon us, though the scars themselves vary. And these scars sometimes birth their own monsters, monsters born of our skin, of our pain, our isolation. Scars are raw or scabbed or healed, somewhat independent of time. Depth has more to do with it than freshness. The scars that run deep can cut more than anyone can realize. Ophir's sonnet has a raw and angry scar. It itches and bleeds their soul. No matter how they howl, it will not cease its scratching. Then, one day... Ophir has been shut in their room for a month. They have not eaten a proper meal in more than a week. They've only drunk water under extreme duress. Today, Ophir opens the door to their room of their own volition, a rare occurrence their friends will be equally excited and nervous about, and stumbles from its dark depths with a dehydrated wobble to their step. Fumbling for some scrap paper and tearing off the lid to a pen, Ophir drops onto a stool and begins to sketch. Fervor and ink splatter onto page after page in unsteady strokes. After hours, during which friends come over and find Ophir, are relieved to see them out of the room, and then distraught again to find Ophir unable to tear themselves from work. Ophir holds up a final page of formulas and diagrams. It sounds a little like despair, TPH. No, they say. I'm not certain it can be done. Ophir slumps on their stool, resting their forehead against the desk. What can't be done? Ophir jumps at the sound, almost falling over in the process. They had not noticed that a friend had crept into their kitchen while they worked. Albella leans out from the doorway, mixing bowl in hand, trying to hide her worry behind a smile. Ophir picks themselves up. They've never failed before, so why start believing they might now? Oh, Albella, they say, trying to make something unlike anything I've made before. Albella continues stirring, waiting. She has played this game before. Redemptive. I'm making something redemptive. Albella raises an eyebrow. Tell her the truth. I'm making a monster. You know what? It do have potential as a prologue. I'm listening. You know? I'm picking something up. And it's a little bit of juice. It's a little bit of juice. Sure, let's do some other choices. Yeah. So here, well, we'll do different every side. Ophir sets down their hat and throws some cheap sunglasses on top of it, hoping the combined weight won't be blown away. They take a second to admire their handiwork, then set off after Delaney. 2 minutes and 200 meters later, Ophir spots Delaney in a long ice cream line. She's balancing a melting slushie on a pizza box. She raises an eyebrow when she sees Ophir, but still smiles. Some spot guard you are. Next time you can do all the fetching and I'll take the easy job. Ophir smiles and picks up their pace to reach her. But they'd been so lonely. I just couldn't bear another moment without you. Ophir bats their eyelashes dramatically. Delaney rolls her eyes. If you talk like that, of course I'm going to cave. Ophir smiles. Not my fault you're predictable. Delaney narrows her eyes. You're pushing it, Sonnet. My bad. You're wonderful, and I wanted to experience the loveliness of waiting in line for food alongside you. She grins. That's more like it. She glances at the food in her hands. Well, you're waiting here with me. You might as well help carry this. She hands off the food and Ophir laughs. I suppose this is my deserved punishment. Alright, we went and got cider this time. This time we're waiting. Ophir doesn't really like apple cider and... no good. And can't remember Delaney's opinion on it. Getting up for something no one wants is an unnecessary hassle. After some time, Delaney returns. Shall we? She asks. Ophir leans back on the terrible bench. I'm not sure. I was just figuring out the ideal position to not be incredibly uncomfortable on this demonic piece of wood. Delaney smiles. I'll leave it to you then. Or, she asks, or you could help me exorcise the demon and we could trap and study them. You got my attention. What do we need for an exorcism? Exorcism time! Sort of. The two begin an intense but leisurely walk and talk, speculating on demons, exorcisms, and summoning circles. I don't think we need to give up just because there aren't any recorded sightings of demons. Nor any proof of their existence, Delaney laughs. All the more glory for us once we catch this one. Many plans are formed, but, alas, nothing comes of them. The sun begins to set and goodbyes are made. We'll get him next time, Delaney promises. Alright. We might die the kitchen chartreuse, but we're storming the kitchen! Ophir grins. Absolutely. Max begins to run for the kitchen. We'll do a little sneaky sneak. Wait, we need to maintain the element of surprise if we don't want to be cursed. Max pauses. Good point. As they approach, Ophir notices a distortion around the doorway. She's warded it. Can you break it? If it's warded, maybe this is more serious than you thought. I can. I'm sensing a but. She's serious enough to ward the door. Maybe we better not be bothering her after all. Max sighs. You're no fun. We'll get her next time. Sure we will. They roll their eyes. I guess we can get back to Corey and Novella. Alright, maybe we argued. They'd argued over the components of a new spell, and Delaney had said something hurtful. The flowers and lunch were an apology. The room feels emptier now that she's gone. Ophir refocuses on the dishes. They can call Delaney later. But later never comes. I guess let's go with harm birth. Alright. The wounds monsters inflict are deep and slow to heal. They are often too easy to ignore despite how their edges fester and rot. We were tempted, we are harmed, we will be devoured. All monsters leave scars upon us, though the scars themselves vary. And these scars sometimes birth their own monsters. Monsters born of our skin, of our pain, of our isolation. Monsters born of us contain us within them. Their eyes are mirrors and we tremble in their sight. Sometimes we create the monster. Sometimes we become it. A fierce sonnet has a raw and angry scar. It itches and bleeds their soul no matter how they howl. It will not cease its scratching. Alright. We will triumph this time. Yes, they say. It can be done. Ophir almost bounces up from the stool, but they lack the energy or coordination. Instead, they settle for lifting the page up, beaming at their work. What can be done? We'll make something beautiful. Pretty good. Pretty good. Good differences. Enough to change the vibe despite not being wildly swinging. Alright. Alright. I like it. I like it. We've got dog pictures in the credits. That's just a bonus, you know? That's the real good stuff. Oh yeah, there they are. Oh yeah. Puppies. This is a cute. Oh, you won't get in there. Shuka 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 shuka. Then we'll get in there and be like, yeah. Those look like some pettable dogs. Those look like some pettable dogs. Well, hell yeah. I did like the font. I would in fact describe it as hyper-legible. Hyper-legible. It could use a resizing. I don't know how hard that would be, if it would kind of interfere with like the visibility of the paintings they've made behind them, but you know, the ability to make this like fonts a little bigger, that's about all I need.